Guti works with one of the Spanish TV channels now, so he gets this post-match interview after each of the Real Madrid games. So that's why he was there.
Carlo Ancelotti never looks worried, Sid, and really for him, if Real Madrid get rid of him, he'll walk into the Brazil job. How likely do you think that could be to actually happen?
Yeah, I think the first thing, Dan, is that the way you've presented it there is exactly right. Carlo Ancelotti is in a position where if he continues at Real Madrid, great. If Real Madrid sack him, great. I mean, he genuinely cannot lose. In fact, there's a bit of me that I think in a way the best scenario for him is that this season finishes successfully and everyone kind of agrees, all right then, off you go to Brazil. Now, how likely is it? Well, I think the way the season ends will define what Real Madrid want to do, but it will also define how Real Madrid feel that they can do it. In other words, and we were talking about this earlier a little bit with Diego Simeone, there's a sense of not wanting to be the person that forces anyone to go, particularly if the season ends well. Not being the person who wants to kind of take the step that says, right, I'm going to break this relationship. But I think it almost suits everybody for it to come to an end if it can be managed in the right way. Real Madrid, of course, are talking to alternatives. They're interested in Pochettino. They're interested in Xabi Alonso. They're interested even in Álvaro Arbeloa in terms of potential coaches. And so I think the scenario now is what happens in the Champions League in particular. Now, the Copa del Rey matters, but it's the Champions League that will really define this season and will condition that. But I think one of the reasons why Carlo Ancelotti is so calm is that he thinks that there's a chance that they will say to him, listen, let's call it a day. And he doesn't mind that because, as you rightly say, Brazil will wait for him. And the reason they will wait for him is because they also think this is a possibility.
Sid, you mentioned a number of names there, Xabi Alonso, Pochettino, Arbeloa as well. Who are the fans' favourite? Who do they want to replace him if indeed he does go?
Yeah, that's a good question because it's not entirely clear. So, for example, one of the names I didn't mention there was Raul. Now, Raul, as most people will know, of course, is a club captain, a legend at the club, top scorer in the club's history behind just Cristiano Ronaldo now and Alfredo Di Stefano. And he is the guy that now coaches Real Madrid Castilla, the B team, who are doing very, very well in Spain's third tier. Almost certainly will go up, so they'll go to the national second division. But there's a slight reticence within the club around him. And yet I think the answer to your question, which is what do the fans want, I think there's an attraction to him because of everything he symbolises, because of what he means to them. I think they would really like it to be him, although I think there is, of course, a slight doubt about whether we know that he's a really good manager yet or not. Now, we know what he's like as a competitor. We know he's bright. We know he's Madridista through and through. And so I think the fans' preference might well be him, but that's not to say they would be annoyed if it was someone else. I think everybody recognises, for example, that Pochettino's a great coach. And certainly Xabi Alonso is someone who people are really enamoured with in Madrid because A, of course, what he was as a player, B, what he seems to be demonstrating in Germany, although maybe it's still a little bit early to be sure there, and then also the way he conducts himself, the way he carries himself. So I think Raul and Xabi Alonso would probably be, on a popular level at least, the preferred candidates, but I suspect Pochettino is more likely.
Thank you very much, Sid. Carlo Ancelotti's, of course, big challenge next. After the Clásico, which is on Wednesday, Barcelona against Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. Remember, Barca with a 1-0 lead. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.